Alright, so if you were one of the very unlucky few who caught my last video that was up for all of 12 minutes, first of all, I'm sorry. Turns out I spent hours perfecting an exercise that I learned from the comments section. I wasn't even playing correctly. Not at all, not even close. So in a totally not embarrassing move, I yanked that video faster than Chuck Berry yanked Yoko Ono's microphone cable out to stop her from singing. But I did actually learn the exercise, and if you want to find out what the exercise is, my key takeaways, and how to learn it yourself, go ahead and check out the timestamps further along in the video. But I would be remiss if I didn't show you parts of that first video, some highlights if you will. It's just so funny to watch myself so smug and confident. Only missed one note on that passage at the fastest tempo I've tried. Oh, I thought this exercise was supposed to be hard. I thought the greatest guitar players in the world did this exercise. Why am I mastering it so quickly? In under an hour, I'm the best guitar player on earth. No, actually, I was struggling with this exercise. Even my dumbed down idiot version of this exercise was difficult. Ah! No pain, no gain. Seeing my progress is really like watching an infant learn to not slide its head across the ground and actually learn to crawl. Where actually learning the correct exercise is more like a track and field sprinter. I think it's kind of entertaining, and I do say some insightful things in my opinion just as far as learning guitar. That's the value of videos like these, is breaking down, learning something and struggling, overcoming things. Maybe you can relate to them, maybe you can measure your own skills and be like, oh, I can do something like that. So overall, I love this type of content, and I don't want it to go to waste, even if I'm just a stupid, pompous, fat idiot. So again, check out the end of the video if you want the exercise and some tabs. Also, hundreds of other exercises are available in Guitar Super System, my learning platform for guitar players. There's a 50% discount link in the description if you'd like to sign up. Only the first 50 people who use that link will get the discount, and I really appreciate your support. Let's get to my struggles, but first let's introduce this exercise, shall we? I've seen a guitar exercise posted by various pages over the years, and I made a point to screenshot or screen capture every time this happens. Have you ever seen this? Weird, right? I've seen it everywhere. It's a very distinct sound. You can't miss it when you're scrolling. And then I saw somebody like Jordan Rudess. I'm telling you, it keeps going. I've never heard of this exercise. I've been playing guitar for almost 20 years, and if enough people who are clearly great guitar players are preaching it, I'm gonna listen. Let's see if I can play this exercise at a very slow tempo. I think this is about 104. Nope. Okay, the difficulty comes in two forms. First, I'm noticing that my fingers are naturally falling away from the fretboard. I don't think that's a good thing, especially when I get this faster. The fingers are gonna have to be right around the fretboard in order to really have this finger dexterity, this independence to just activate these notes with less motion, less time to get to the note. Dead note in there, but that was surprisingly easier than all the other tempos. Why does practice work like that? Why do we go through these peaks and valleys and peaks and valleys? It's almost like when you start doing well, you should anticipate doing poorly because it's natural. So I'm about to do bad. Let's move up the speed. What I'm noticing, missed a few notes in there, but my fingers are naturally starting to get closer to the fretboard, I think. I noticed that they were even further away at the slower tempos. Maybe it's a natural reaction to, as your technique hones and you practice this over and over, your hand gets closer to the fretboard. Maybe that's all exercises, but this one in particular, I just noticed the fanning out of my fingers, and that's always something I've worked on. It's kind of a result of blues and a lot of pentatonic playing. You kind of use these three fingers and leave that pinky out, kind of pulls your hand away. So this exercise really utilizes all four digits and their independence from each other. Kick up the speed, baby! I was in the zone there for a second. Only missed one note on that passage at the fastest tempo I've tried. Let's speed it up here, not to make a pun, and see where I can get to. We're at about 200 now. Oh man, this is kind of fast. Oh. No. I can't even get started. No. All right, I've met my match here at 200, so that means I gotta go down to a reasonable speed, I guess like 184, and we'll just get it tight there. I went back into an old chromatic exercise. Okay, let's try again. Alright, I just gotta see, how fast are people playing it on Instagram? Damn it! was an important passage there because I wanted to show you what it feels like to fight through. Even if you're missing notes, if you can try and stay on the beat, you'll actually be kind of building your muscles, tearing them a little bit. You'll feel the pain if you can get through it, and it's gonna get sloppy by the end. But that's sort of like when you're lifting weights and you lift to failure. I try and push myself as long as I can, and then even after I start messing up, I'll keep it going, and sometimes you can get back on the rails, and that's called recovery. You can do that in a live guitar solo when you met a bad note into a good one. And that happens in exercises too, and it actually builds the exercise, the muscle, the foundation that you're working on. So with that said, let's keep going. I'm gonna try and get to that 200 BPM. That's my goal for this session. No pain, no gain. I don't know if you can see this. This is sweat dripping out of my sleeve. That's how you know you're putting in work, baby. Yeah! So of course you've been screaming at the screen, dude, you have to keep your fingers down when you're not fretting or playing a note. That's the whole point of the exercise. You can't lift your fingers. When I was complaining that my fingers were floating off of the guitar and saying, oh, I'll deal with it later. No, you dummy. That is the whole point of the exercise. I mean, just try this on your own. And then try it not lifting these fingers off of the E string after you move past this first line. That is what it should sound like. That is what it should look like. Do you see how much more difficult? I couldn't even get through one line of it right there at the tempo that I was claiming to have mastered it at. Spider exercise. Your finger's supposed to look like spiders crawling across the strings. Again, why did I not put this together? So now I'm going to redo the entire process. Well, there you have it. Once you target just individual passages, not lifting up the middle finger when the index and ring are going to action, and not lifting up the ring finger when the middle and pinky are going into action, those are the two problematic areas for me, but you really just practice them individually and then build it into the full exercise. Because you want that to be ringing out, you know? That's the whole point of the exercise I was missing. You have to have that ringing. That's what indicates that you are performing the exercise properly with this ringing note. And obviously when you lift your pinky up to play certain parts of the exercise, that note is not going to be ringing, but otherwise that's got to be kind of happening throughout if you want to get the most out of this exercise. So I'd honestly just loop and then start adding in one string at a time. And rinse and repeat. I hope you learn to persevere and always hold yourself accountable.